Hi, I'm Roger Wakefield, Lead AP, the expert plumber, coming to you on YouTube Live. Happy Monday. How's everybody doing? Number one, look, this is the Plumbing Live Q&A with Roger Wakefield. Yes, that is me. So if you want to learn plumbing by receiving the very best information, most valuable information, if you believe that your opinion matters, you want people to hear it, you want your opinion to be heard, and you value the opinion of others, if you love your customers, you love what you do, and sometimes you just want to get information in a freaking crazy way, well, this may be the best spot for you. Now, if this is your first time here and you accidentally stumbled upon this channel, well, it may be what YouTube is serving you. If you're looking for something in particular, you may jump over and search for that video, or if you literally want to learn more about plumbing, you may hang out here. We've got some great plumbers, apprentices, all kinds of people in here. It's liable to be a slow day today. We understand we're right between Christmas and New Year's, but we're going to have fun for a little while, see what happens. If we get a lot of people in here, we'll hang around. If it slows down, you know what, we might get out a little early. But number one, I'm glad y'all are here. Different things that I want to talk about today. I'll tell you what, let me jump in the chat real quick and see who all's in here real quick. Hello to Mr. Colton Casada. Good to have you in here, brother. I hope you had a good Christmas. The Droom Shroom, are you on time? Actually, I think you were a little early, which is great. Ron Lovell says, happy holidays from Ottawa, Canada. Great way to start. And Hunter Hayes says, I finally made it on time. Brother, good to have you in here. So the cool thing is, and you know, I thought I saw a comment over here from Amber Mendoza, but I don't know why, Amber, your comment did not come up over here on the chat on Restream. So I'm not sure what happened, but here we are. How's everybody doing? First of all, did you all have a good Christmas? I hope so. I hope everything's going well for everybody. And let me jump back in here in the chat real quick and run through here just because I wonder why Amber's didn't show up. Amber, if you will leave me another chat just so I know that you're in here so I can say hi. Mean Gene D says hello. Good to see you in here. We've got a lot of people in here already. Good. Don Johnston, glad to be here. Glad you are here. Malik says, happy holidays from St. Louis. Okay, so this is something we do at the beginning of every show. And Eddie Woodruff says, hey, Roger, love your viz. Just starting out my plumbing career in Canada. Good for you. So here's what I want you to do. If you're in here, do me a favor. Go through and put where you're from, what you do. Are you in the trades? Are you not in the trades? Do you want to get into the trades? Do you want to learn how to get into the trades? Do you want to learn how to get better at the trades? Do you want to learn to start your own company? Are you already running a company and you just want to learn how to get better? How to use social media? How to make it blow up? What is it you're looking for and where are you from? So good to see everybody. And Ember says back in black. Yes, indeed. And I'm trying to see if it's over in here because I hadn't seen it yet. Love that. Starting out in Canada. Matthew Wax says, how much can you look to make starting out as a union apprentice for plumbing? And also, what types of math should you practice before applying for the apprenticeship? First, I'll tell you is it really depends on where you're located. And I know that that's a bad way to tell people that, but it depends on where you're at because the union scale is different. Meaning union scale right now in Dallas is probably $35, $36 an hour. You're going to start out at half that. So $17.50 for a starting out apprentice, not too bad. If you're in California, Florida, you might make a whole lot, or California, New York, you might make a whole lot more than that. What kind of math do you need to learn? Man, it's plumber math is really pretty easy. Learn how to do formulas, power, square root. Look, there's not really a lot of math involved in plumbing. I mean, there can be, but man, to be honest, it's not that bad. I have people tell me all the time, I'm not getting into plumbing because of this. And Amber, you're showing up. Good to see you in here. I have people tell me all the time, I'm not getting into plumbing because I can't do math. And don't let that stop you. Before you knew how to tie your shoes, you couldn't do that. Before you didn't know how to ride a bicycle, you didn't know how to do that. Math isn't any harder, especially plumbing math. God made it easy on us. He knew we weren't going to be the smartest people in the room, but man, we try to be the hardest working. So that's a good thing. Star, I'm doing great. How are you? Happy holidays from Southwest Florida. Man, what a great place to be. And I say that, what a great place to be, but it's late December, almost January. It's 80 degrees in Dallas, Texas. I'm not complaining. Blake, thank you. James Games says, happy holidays from Ohio. How are we doing? Back in black? Yes, indeed. See, and I'm rocking the trades talks today. The trade talks to me is this is a passion project because look, I love helping people get in the trades. I love helping people get better at the trades. I love helping them start their own business. I mean, so many things about it. But the whole cool thing about it is that, look, man, we've got an amazing profession here. We're either building America or making America better. And to be in the trades to me is just an amazing thing. So I love it. That's what the Trade Talks is all about. If you haven't checked it out, I'll find the link here in just a second. Do that. I know y'all hate it whenever I get in here and start playing around, but I really enjoy it. And I'm subscribed, so it's a beautiful thing. So I am going to, I'll put this in over here and see if it shows up any faster. Boom. So there's a link in there. I just put into the Trade Talks. This is to our other YouTube channel. There's no videos up yet, but we're getting all that laid out and ready. We're going to be doing a podcast. We're going to be doing all kinds of cool things. So I'm looking forward to it. And let me find Amber's comment is right there. So back where I'm at. Dinamar, happy holidays from Germany. Welcome to the house. Yeah, Canberra does rock. Cameron Tepuni says, Merry Christmas from New Zealand. Plumber, good deal. All right, so now we're getting into it. We got Greenville, South Carolina, ethical plumbing. And I hope we're all doing it ethically. Man, just saying that, that's a good thing. I like that, though. That's really cool. Ohio, 13, mow grass and work on lawn equipment. James, good for you. I've got a lot, believe it or not, I've got a lot of landscape people that reach out to me and ask me how I do what I do. And we're building a project. Amber's working with me on it. How to get the right tools in your toolbox to grow, GROW, your business. And I got to tell you, I'm really excited about it because, man, we're putting some good stuff in there. So pretty neat. Don Johnson's Albuquerque and in the trades. Star, I'm doing fantastic. Sean Miller says, I'm currently working at small non-union plumbing shop in Los Angeles, California. So there's a good one. You know, somebody asked a while ago what it starts out at. Sean, what do apprentices start out at in Southern California? Just because I kind of want to give people comparisons around the country. Matter of fact, anybody who's in here, whatever apprentices start out in your area, put in here apprentice starting at this dollar amount. And what do journeymen make? What does a good journeyman make? If you're one of the best journeymen in your area, because that's what I want everybody to look at. How do you become the very best? How do you do what you do better than anybody else and make more money at it? So do me a favor. Apprentice starting out, here's a number. Best journeyman, here's a number. Just to see what the comparison is. And that way, look, it helps people from around the country to learn the value of what they do. Because we've got people in the trades that are getting started that say, look, I make minimum wage. It's like, dude, leave. Somebody else will pay you more, I promise. Malik says 23, in the trade as a plumber apprentice, helping my dad run his company with paperwork and spreading his business through social media. Good for you. Side Effects in Denver, Colorado. James McNeils has been watching you for a while. Fort Bragg, California, apprentice plumber, first time making it to your live. Well, number one, I'm glad people are off today. Maybe you got vacation time for this week, stuff like that. James, great having you in here. I can truthfully say I'm lucky. I love what I do. And to have the opportunity to come in here every week, talk to y'all about plumbing, talk to y'all about the trades in general. If you haven't done it yet, I put the link in here just a minute ago, and let me see. I'll put it over here too because this one will be live. So I put the link in there to say, hey, look, this is where you can go over if you want to subscribe to the Trade Talks. This is going to be a completely different concept from what we're doing here, but I think you'll love it. New York City and union scale 67 an hour. So if he's in New York, union scale is 67. That means apprentices start out at about $33.50 an hour. It's not bad. $67,000 a year to start out. Not a bad deal. Alanis is looking at your channel. Makes me realize school and college was not for me. I should have done an apprentice. Elena, this is really good. And thank you for putting that. I really mean that because I speak to high schools. I speak to trade schools people. I talk to people all the time about what they can be doing. We don't all need to go to college. I know a lot of people in college that they aren't going to get out and be able to use their degree to make a living. And that's bad. They're going to get out and have to find a way to do something else. So I love helping people and trying to do everything I can. Denomar says, hey, I'm from Germany and renovate my house. So I love to learn all I can to do stuff for myself for special things. I can call specialists so hobby. Here's the deal. Look, if you can learn to do anything, it makes you a better person. And it's not because it teaches you more knowledge, but now there's less out there you don't know anything about. And I think that really does help a lot. To use a left-hand plumb bob, you've got to close your right eye. That's all there is to it. Eddie Woodruff says, here's a question. I've been a helper for a bit on good terms with my boss. How should I go about asking for an apprenticeship? How would you like one of your guys to ask? And here's the thing, Eddie, and I'm not sure where you're at. I'm not sure how things are set up, but here in Texas, pretty much when you go to work for a company, you're an apprentice. You're being trained by the plumbers around you. You're being trained in the office, however it is. But man, there's a lot of opportunity there. If that means that your employer is associated with somebody and they've got to get you in, man, just come out and ask. Just ask them, say, hey, am I doing things right to where one day you see me getting in an apprentice training program? And let them know that you want to learn. Sometimes people just need to hear, hey, I really want to learn this. And that makes a big difference. Sorry about that. Cold water, time to hydrate. Got so many messed up plumbing jobs I wanted to share pics of. James, send them, brother. Send them. That is what our subreddit's for. I'm just going to pull up all kinds of stuff today, I guess. I'm trying to find the link to the subreddit right here. I'll jump over here and see if I can find our stuff, and we can right here. So I will put a link in that also. Boom, there it is over there. Boom, there it is there. So we'll see how that works, see if that shows up. But it always kicks me down to the bottom when I do that. All right, I am trying to find. There we go. Star says, I'm good. Good to see you. Roger Strauss. So many. Hunter Hayes says, live in Cherokee Nation, Northeast Oklahoma. I love that. I've got a granddaughter or niece up at OU. I hate to say that because I'm a Longhorn fan. I'm a residential commercial service plumber working for Leland Plumbing. Love our channel and always looking forward to continuing education. Good for you. Good to see you in here. Roger says, Arizona in the house. Side effect says, used to do tech support, but developed epilepsy and am now disabled. Want to learn to control my seizures and return to the workforce. I like your channel because you're so educational and genuine. Well, number one, man, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Man, I hope that there's a way to help you control that and, man, get you in a position where you can learn new things and get out and do things. So that would be fantastic. Ron Love says, hey, Roger, do you have or done any mechanical or HVAC service? I am a registered HVAC technician, certified technician. I'm certifiable. I am a certified technician. See, the trade talks. Kind of cool. Here's the thing. I'm a certified HVAC technician. I've never gone out and done service work. I've done service work for big commercial jobs because I used to be a superintendent over plumbing and pipe fitting, actually a superintendent and director of operations. So I'm very familiar with it. I've just never done a lot of it. I'm now part owner of Rescue Air that pops up here every now and then. So between Rescue Air, Texas Green Plumbing, and all that, we do it all now. So this has been pretty good for me. I'm looking forward to it. Doomshroom says, thanks for what you do. You inspired me to want to be in the trades. Do you have any tips for people who just want to be who want to do residential plumbing? Number one, once you learn plumbing itself, what you can do then is go to work for a residential company. Depending on what your end game is. And I tell people all the time, know what your end game is. If you get in the trades, do you want to own your own company one day? Do you just want to be a superintendent? Do you want to run your own service truck? What is it you want to do? Because once you can figure that out, then you can figure out what kind of job to get. So I would want to get a job with a company doing things like I want to do, and I would want it to be the best company around. That way I can learn good things. You don't want to go to work at a bad company. You're going to learn a lot of bad habits, and in the long run, it's really going to hurt you. Solo Blue, yes, Roger is very live. Roger Strauss, residential and commercial. Mike Martell says oil heating system tech, 26 years. Started one-man show 1.5 years ago. Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada. Hope my trade makes it until I retire, but not sure of anything more. And the good thing is, and I like that, I tell people all the time, look, you can run a one-man truck and make an amazing living. You don't have to work for anybody else. You don't have to do a lot of things, but you do have to start getting things in motion to end up where you want to be. So if you think about it now and decide where you want to go, where you want your end game to be, what it is you want to do, it may change along the way, which is fine. But what you got to do is at least start looking at going somewhere. If you don't know where you're going, any road will get you there. But if you're focused on what you want and try to get there, it can make your life so much better. Matt McDonough, the Mr. Miyagi of plumbing. Absolutely. Good to see you in here, brother. Local 1, New York City, 67 an hour. So, guys, look, that is 33, 34 grand a year. Okay, let me correct that. That's 120 grand a year, 120, 35 a year. Take half that. $3,350 an hour for an apprentice. That's $67,000 a year to start out. Guys, it's a great living. James McNeil says he started out in 19, within the first year was up to 22. Side effect says it sucks that the better a plumbing installation is, the less likely anyone is to ever see it, and appreciate the extra effort. And that is so true, because a lot of people don't understand what happens when a plumber puts things in perfect. Nothing. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. Nothing happens. There's no leaks. There's no callbacks. There's no puddles. There's nothing. It does what it's supposed to do. I love that. Yep, that was a good one. Sean Miller says, personally started at $22.50 an hour running service calls, $32.50 for digging tunneling. Not quite sure what my boss makes usually, but we have had $5,000 days. And that's a good thing. And I will tell you this, that your boss ain't making near as much as you think, uh, that's not bad. It says occasionally a $5,000 day. I mean, we've had $40,000 days, $50,000 days. They're not all the time. And the profit margins aren't what everybody think it is. So you can still make great money. Don't get me wrong, but you've normally got to grow and scale up in order to make a bulk of money. Logan says, Merry Christmas from Charlotte. Work with Precision Plumbing. Start out greens at $15, mechanics $20, new journeyman at $25. Good numbers right there, not far off where we're at here in Dallas, Texas. Again, it's about the same. Start out a green apprentice at 15. He can get to 20 within a year, 25 for a tradesman, 30 for a journeyman, 35 for a master, and those numbers are actually going up. Roger Strauss says customer service, going to service industry, service plumbing, get clientele. Make sure you look good and smell good. Don't leave messes. You'll make $200,000 a year plus easily, just not even trying. And man, guys, look, this is so true. Roger, and I appreciate you putting that up there. Customer service, we are in a service industry. And if you're not getting better at customer service, you're doing something wrong. That's why everything that we talk about in our videos, in our courses, in our lives, it's about learning. It's about positivity. It's about being optimistic. And I keep these things up here because I always want to look back at them and say, look, are we talking about these things? Are we talking about them enough? Because this is what changes people's lives. If you're learning your way up, you're doing something good. If you're doing that, you're improving every day. If you've got a positive attitude, if you're optimistic about where you can get, what you want to do, how you want to do it, then you got to look at recruiting. Are you bringing in to help grow the trades? Plumbers protect the health of the nation, and then love of the trade. So you love your profession. People ask me all the time, like, Roger, how do you make videos all the time? Man, I love what I get to talk about. It makes it that easy. So thank you. I appreciate that. There's the link to the other YouTube channel, the Trade Talks. If y'all hadn't done it, go over there, check it out, hit subscribe. Man, we're going to start that thing off here in the next month, and it's going to be good. John Ramirez says Southern California, at least LA's 23 an hour first year, 51 an hour in his union. So there you go, 51 an hour in a union. There's $100,000 a year base. 23 an hour for first year. So just starting out, $46,000 a year. Guys, it's not a bad living we're in. Hunter Hayes says Oklahoma apprentice plumber, average these things $15 an hour, 15 to 20. Oklahoma journeyman plumber, 33 to 50. Good for you. Man, guys, look, the opportunities out there. If you're in a position where you don't like where you're at this year, where this last year's had you, and there's opportunity to learn your way up and move along. And the wonderful, amazing Miss Shelley saves the day. Good to see you in here. Hello, friend. Hope you had a very Merry Christmas. Shelley, it was amazing. It's funny. I've been texting Jeremy. I don't know where my phone is right now. I've been texting Jeremy, just trying to come up with some new ideas, do something different next year. I love what we're doing, but man, definitely want to talk to you and see how you're doing and what we could do together. Thank you. Hagadabardi Islam says, hi, how are you doing? Zubir Ferozi says, do you advise some product that protects the mouth and nose from the smell? Man, I wish there was. I've seen people put peppermint oil. Now that we're all wearing, N95 masks, take a mask, put peppermint oil, something like that. See if it works. With side jobs, you can make a few $1,000s a month. Yeah. I don't recommend side jobs, especially in Texas. If you get caught, man, it gets put on your license. It is not a good thing. Thank you. James McNeil says under contract, can't do side jobs. Strength and power and strength. What's up, plumber family? Man, we have got it going on. Roger says painter's mouth was a little bit of toothpaste in it. Won't smell anything but toothpaste. That's pretty good too. There you go. Absolutely. From Ghana, need plumbing work? Man, I'd apply at the biggest plumbing company over and see what you can find. Yeah. Always stay hydrated. I'll tell you what, I drink so much water. And I do. I fill this thing up so it's a full liter before the show. I drink one before. I normally drink another one after. And I love my Yetis. I'm trying to remember what brand this is. These things are so cool though. Now, mind you, says howdy. How we doing? Roger Strauss started my journeyman and apprenticeship in Austin, Texas. You know, that's funny, Roger. I'm literally coming to Austin tomorrow. I'll be there just a short time. I fly in tomorrow afternoon, fly out tomorrow night, going to eat dinner over at Suerte. Love that place. It is so good. So if you're over by there, come say hi. I'll be there at 5 o'clock. Vicks is also a good one. Love the smell. You know, and yeah, anything you can get powerful, eucalyptus, peppermint oil, something like that, pretty good. And I put this in a while ago, guys, and I think I saw that Sean Strong was in here. Look, this is our subreddit. We get great videos, we get great pictures, we get all kinds of cool things. If you've got anything that, man, you'd like to post and ask questions about, man, come check us out. Okay, and there is the link to the subreddit, Roger Wakefield Posts. So all I can say is, man, go check it out. We have a lot of fun over there. And Mr. Sean Strong, like I said, I think he was in here earlier. He helps run things over there. Great guy, doing good stuff. Howdy, partner from Texas. What toilet do you recommend, Bob? I tell you what, I really try not to recommend toilets. I love Kohler. I love Toto. American Standard. There's some good toilets out there. I let the customers pick whatever they want. I try not to just sell them toilets, but you know, having good brands. I like anything that has a big pathway, helps eliminate the clogs in the toilet. Man, Roger Strauss says, first 6 months plumbing found a Camel soup can as a vent on a water heater. That is sad. Ron Levels has got in the Carpenters Union fresh out of high school, spent 20 plus years building. Several developers now want to get into HVAC. Look, getting into HVAC is phenomenal. And I'm going to talk, matter of fact, I'll go ahead and do it now. Texas just passed a deal in the 87th legislature. Representative Matt Schaefer from Smith County, Tyler, Texas. Literally, you can go to high school now. If you'll start your sophomore year, you can go through a 3-year program. Now, don't get me wrong, all the high schools don't have it, but the ones that do, you go through a 3-year program, and literally, you can get your tradesman license when you get out. So what that means is in Texas, you can go to high school, you can walk out your senior year. As soon as you graduate, go take the plumbing exam and basically make 52, 60 grand a year. It'd be 52,000 a year right now. Go to the numbers we talked about a while ago. I will pay a tradesman $25 an hour. That's 50 grand. That's $1,000 a week. Hey, Colton. So 52 grand a year. In the next 2 or 3 years, that's going to keep going. The guy's going to learn more and make more money. You would think in 2 years you can be making 30 grand a year or $30 an hour. That's a $60,000 a year project or $60,000 a year job. Not a bad deal. Here's feedback. If y'all have ever got any great value out of here where you're like, look, I learned something here that really helped me a lot. Here's a link to feedback. If you would go in there and put it in there, that would be wonderful. Love to see it. Just because people are always asking, you know, hey, Roger, what kind of value do we get? What kind of this? What kind of that? Appreciate it. How about those Aggies? Well, I don't know. They can't even show up for a bowl game. At least in Texas, we're strong. We don't get sick. Uh, trying to find a phone. Uh, Jay Sosa, HVAC Service Tech. Good to have you in here. Oh, sorry. Evo 2.0 says, I've been doing plumbing for 15 years, subcontracted for 2 major companies, new residential homes, no license, made millions, building new neighborhoods. Many possibilities with plumbing. And not sure where you're at in Texas, man, you could get in trouble for that. Don't get me wrong. I know there's people work in Texas without license all the time. Jordan Ramirez started in HVAC residential, loved it, did it for 4 years, then wanted to do union HVAC, but it's hard to get in. Had a connection in the union plumbing, so made the switch. Good for you. Did you find it? Should be on my desk. I'll tell you what, y'all hold on just a second. Sorry, guys, we're still here trying to find a phone. It's always a bad thing to lose a phone. Anyway, let's go back into the chat where we were. Thank you. This is how you become a tuber turd. And there he is. Sean Strong is in the house. I thought I saw this a while ago. Sean, how you doing? Good to see you. Hope you had a great Christmas. Actually, hope everybody did. What do y'all have planned for next year? What are you going to do to make your next year better? Are you going to get into the trades if it's something you're thinking about? Are you going to become a better tradesman? Are you going to learn new things, learn things that can make you more money? All right, hold on one second. Be right back. Again. All right, I'm back. Found the phone. Crisis is averted. So, what is up for you in 2022? What are you doing to try to get better? Are you doing anything to improve you? Are you doing anything to improve your skills? Are you doing anything to improve your finances? What are you doing for you? Do me a favor, and I've got the live chat pulled up over here. Tell me what you're doing. What are you doing to make your life better? And the reason that I ask this, I mean, look, it's the end of 2021. It is a whole new year coming up. Hopefully things are going to get better. What are you doing for you? And the reason I ask this, and man, it's been put to me so many times, but people ask me all the time, what are you doing to change? Because if you're not, is this where you want to be 5 years from now? Is this where you want to be 10 years from now? Because if you're not learning, if you're not growing, if you're not moving ahead, man, it's going to hurt you. So do me a favor, and I'm looking over here. What are you doing to move ahead? Nightbot says, if you're enjoying the stream, okay, whatever. 360 electrician. Always good to jump in and see how my brothers in plumbing are doing. You know, I love this because It's really funny. I told you a while ago, I'm going to Austin tomorrow just for a quick in, quick out. I've got an electrician going to meet me for dinner. Uh, you know, communicating across the trades is a good thing. There's so many good people out there to work with and do business with and just build relationships with. So I think it's better. Matthew X says, what's better for service work, a local shop or union? And that's a good one because it depends on where you're at. How strong is the union and how many of these service companies are actually in the union? I started a service company here in Dallas, Texas. I mean, I was non-union at the time, but I had been in the union for 25 years. So started my own company. I wanted to be union, so I joined union, but the union couldn't do anything for me. So not really too good. Please don't ask us to install the tankless whip. I'll tell you what, yeah, you're going to need more than a whip. You're going to probably need to redo a panel. You're going to need to do a lot of things. Malik says if it's done right and looks good, then you can't get recommended and callbacks for other jobs. Well, okay, then you get recommended. Yes, thank you. The grain is ground. That's pretty good. Hey, you know what? Here's the deal. Those tankless, number one, if it's a plug there, depends on if you're talking electric tankless or gas tankless. Most plumbing companies near me charge around 100 to 130 an hour. Scott Ryan, I'll tell you, if they're doing that, they've either got an amazing clientele, they know their customer, they know how to do business very well, or they're not making a lot of money. And that's a good thing. Anybody in here in service, just put what the plumbing company around you is charging per hour. Curious to see what that is around the country. And I know that a lot of you are going to say, well, we don't work by the hour. We're straightforward pricing. I understand that. But do you know what your hourly rate is based upon? Sean, y'all's company charges $80 an hour. Customer service key for any industry. Amen. Oh, Scott, you're wrong. Scott says, Roger, why do you hate the handyman maintenance guy so much? I don't. I love them. I don't like when they do plumbing, electrical, and HVAC in Texas, things you're supposed to have a license for. You can actually put the homeowner at risk because as an unlicensed person, it may not be insured. And if there's ever a problem, it's the homeowner that gets jacked over, not the tradesman, not anybody else. There you go, Sean Strong. And if you notice, Sean, I put that in there a while ago too. Ganda, it's another beautiful day. GT the plumber says, hello, Roger, just joining in a little late today. Usually watch you on Facebook. Gary Tinker, good to see you, sir. Gary Tincher. But I'm on YouTube today. How do you get people interested in becoming a trade person? I think that what we've got to do, and Gary, I love this because I think that what we have to do, we've got to show them the value of it. How does this benefit them? It's a great living. It's always going to be a good income. There's going to be more people getting out of the trades over the next few years, so the hourly pay is going to keep going higher. And I think that if we show that to people, I think it really does give them a wonderful opportunity. Love the positivity. And it's funny because I'm looking at the things up here on my wall right now. Learning, positivity, and optimism, optimistic. Those are the top 3 traits that I try to have anytime I shoot a video, anytime that I do, alive. Learning. What are we learning? What are we learning as a trade? What are you learning? And how's learning that going to help the world? Great way to look at it. Positivity. And if we're not positive, look, I love what I do. I think I've got one of the coolest jobs in the world. Number one, I'm a professional plumber. I love taking care of my customers. I love doing things right. But man, me, the people around me, how can I help the tradespeople around me by educating them, helping them grow? Optimistic. Our future's a beautiful thing. We can make it whatever we want to be, and the harder we work to make it better, the better it's going to be. And then recruiting. I love recruiting for the trades. I know for a fact plumbers protect the health of the nation, and I live for that. And I love all the trades. When you drive down the road and you look around you, everything you see was either built by or is being repaired by tradespeople. And man, that's a benefit that we get. We get to look back at things that we've done and take pride in it. And I think there's a lot of people that have careers these days. They can't look back at anything and see what they did. They just say, yeah, I wrote a report. Yeah, I did it. Yeah, I figured the numbers for this. But guys, we build something. We take care of it. And I think that's huge. Roger Strauss says, thanks, Roger. Love your channel. We have to keep the industry going. Got 2 out of his 3 boys as plumbers now. 1 in Oregon, making really good money. Guys, you can make really good money no matter where you're at. If you believe in what you do and you can sell the value in it, there's a plumber in Kansas City, I think charges $700-800 an hour. But he's like, look, we are the best plumbing company people can find. And we pay our guys well. We take care of them. I think it's huge. Zubieris, you're more than welcome. James McNeil, Scott Ryan, because they don't call a plumber before they make it worse. And that can be true too. But look, I don't hate handymen. I think that as long as they stick to what they can do, as long as they're not trying to do something it takes a license to do, and they can say, well, I can plumb as good as anybody. Okay, I understand. Can you explain a cross connection or why they're dangerous or how you avoid them or what you should or shouldn't do? And most handymen don't even know what a cross connection is. Well, until you do, don't tell me you can do plumbing. Namanja, how do you call an animal working water? Plumber. Oh, that's cute. Okay, see ya. Jeffrey, the numbers here in Kentucky are not that high. 25 an hour for a license. And guys, depending on where you're at, 25 an hour, that's 50 grand a year where you're at. That may be an amazing living. You're not going to live on that very well in LA. Dallas is going to be kind of tough, but you can still make a living. So no complaints here. Side effects is one thing people forget about learning new skills is the extra satisfaction of passing on that knowledge to others and teaching them how to succeed as well. Completely agree. I love it. Question, do you think the social acceptance of being a plumber has gotten better or worse? For my age, usually tell people at the bar, I help run a construction company. Okay, Malik, man, I love this because I used to do the exact same thing. I lived in Austin in the mid 80s, and you could walk up to people and tell them you're a plumber. And I mean, all of a sudden it's like, they were backing up. And I started doing the same thing. I just started telling people when they say, what do you do? It's like, I'm in construction. They're like, oh, okay, cool. End the conversation. Man, one day I looked at it and I thought, and I was in Austin a little bit after that. I started doing residential service and I realized, look, I take care of people. And if people don't like the fact I'm a plumber, man, they can kiss mine. The big thing for me though, is I started saying, you know what? I'm a plumber and I love it. And people that wanted to back up. Get away from me because I deserve to be around better people. And man, I don't let it bother me anymore. If they don't like it, they're not people I need to be hanging out with anyway. It just tells you how ignorant they are. They don't understand what we do, how good we do it, how much it takes to learn to get to where we're at. I think, man, being a plumber is one of the greatest professions I could ever ask for. So I'll get off my soapbox. Cameron Apuni says, started as an apprentice in New Zealand, $14.50. By your 3rd year was at $28 an hour. My boss bought me a new van, then put me in charge of a 4-story apartment building to 26 apartments. Man, good for you. I love that. Guys, and here's the deal. You can learn your way up out of any situation. If you don't like how much money you make right now, if you don't like the career you have right now, you don't like the relationship you're in, you don't like the town you live in, the house you live in, I don't care what it is. You can learn your way up out of anything. And The more you learn, the better you learn, the better you try to become, the more you're going to make. Jeffrey says, love watching your tunneling videos. We don't do that here in Kentucky. So, Jeffrey, I guess y'all just bust the floor open, go under it, and make repairs that way, or most of your houses on pier and beam? Talk about pressure. That was cute. Scott Ryan, nothing against the handyman himself, but if he can do the plumbing work, he can get a license, and that will keep him accountable. Amen. Greetings from Austria. Good to see you in here. 360 Electrician says, thank media. Sent me over a while ago to help with my channel format. Love that us in the trades have a passion to help others. That's what it's all about. And number one, I hope that you told Sean and Heather and Omar and them that I sent you over there. Because here's what I want to tell you is, look, there's enough people in the United States that need plumbing. I will help any plumber I can get better. Don't get me wrong, if it takes me a lot of time, I may have to charge them to something. I've get people that call me all the time that ask me to consult with them for YouTube, for social media, for starting a company, for doing different things. But, at the end of the day, man, I want everybody to be better. I think that makes us all look better. Joe Drake says he dropped out in the 7th grade. You know what? I quit high school my junior year. I ended up going back and graduating, but I got out. I was like, you know what? School ain't for me. And not long after I got out, I thought, you know what? I really want to get back in. I kind of enjoy that. Bob Kaplan says you're just looking at the wages. What about the perks like insurance, providing vehicle, providing life insurance? What other perks do you get that will lead to your employer's cost? Look, I look at all of it because I own a company. I look at every number all the time. You've got to know what you're paying for, what you're charging, what you're doing. It all has to make sense. Scott Ryan says, Sean, I'm a maintenance tech. Been doing it for about 15 years. Aren't many things I hadn't seen, and work on everything. Electric, plumbing, roofs, concrete, fire, and alarms. Look, I have nothing against handyman. If a license, and being a handyman in Texas, you're allowed to work on all those things legally, but not out on the side, not out hustling for other side jobs. The reason being, it requires a plumbing license, it requires insurance, requires permits and inspections, things that most handymen don't have to get, most maintenance people in an apartment complex. Man, if a license is required in your area to do stuff, please be careful, or get out and get that license. I think handymen and maintenance men are amazing. I work with a lot of them. I don't think that they should be doing work that requires a license, and that's the way I am. Jordan says, hello, just started watching your channel like 2 weeks ago. Love it. How do you get such good production? Do you do manage that yourself, or do you have a team? I started out with just me and my stepson. Now I've got 3 other people on my marketing team. Editors come and go, different things happen, but man, I've got 3 people now. I've got a content creator and 2 editors, and man, I got to tell you, thank you. I appreciate that you think it looks good. Kohler, Cimarron, Comfort Height, elongated bowl with Sloan Flushmate kit. Now that's somebody being very specific about what they like. 360 Electrician, if you're an electrician and need to level up your business. There you go. Hunter Hayes, need to hide. No need to hide from our trade. Being a plumber is an honorable trade. We go places most want, do things most people want, and possess so much crucial knowledge that saves lives. Absolutely, brother. I like that. I'll pin that up top. I like that. Union job or mom and pop shop? Man, it really depends on you. It depends on where you're going to get the best education, where you're going to get the best wages, where you're going to get the best benefits. Guys, I can tell you, and I have people ask me this all the time, what is the best trade to get in? What's the one you enjoy the most? And I say that because if you hate plumbing, if you hate getting poop on you, being a service plumber may be the job that you hate more than anything in life. You're not going to want to get better at it. You're not going to want to man, you're not going to want to do anything. You're not going to want to learn it. You're not going to want to grow. There's a lot of different things about it. So I don't know. You've got to figure out what kind of education you get. What's your end game? Where are you going to learn the most that's going to help you get there? Scott Ryan says, pulled a raccoon out of a roof drain once, got all twisted and wrapped around the cable. I've done the same thing with a squirrel and a bird. Somebody here says, never knew that my life would end up like Mario and Luigi. See, we were playing a game and had no idea this is what we'd want to do. The Nightbot even heard Sean. Look, if you have not been over to the subreddit, okay, I hate to do this to you, but Hunter, got another one now I got to pin up her. And it's the Nightbot. Seth says, hey, I tried that local 68 and don't think they are taking applications anymore. Any other company that take newbies? Yeah, there's always companies, depending on what kind of job you want. Number one, if you want to do commercial, drive around Houston, look and see where all the tower cranes are. Go to the job site. Go to the general contractor's office, find out who the mechanical contractor is. Go in and talk to them and tell them, look, I'd really like to get into the trades. Give me some ideas. Where do I start? Man, they may bring you on as a laborer or something. Take whatever job you can get to get in. If you want to be a residential service provider or you want to get into residential service, look at who's advertising on TV, who's making commercials. Go talk to them and say, hey, look, I've seen y'all's commercials. I want to go to work for a company like yours, and study them and find out why and talk to them about it. Scott Ryan, you sound very skilled, and I just lost my screen. You sound very skilled, but when you're an expert sniper, it's because it's the thing you focus on. The sniper is capable of many other things, but you don't call him a gunner or an IED. Man, Sean is on it. Plumbers make great money around St. Louis. Plumbers make great money around the world. I'm going to say at least around the United States. And here's what I mean by that. If you're a plumber, no matter where you're at, you can make a good living by selling the value in what you do. What do you do better than anybody else? And have you learned how to sell the value in it? I'll tell you what, I love being a member of some Facebook groups because of the badges and the emojis. I love it. We'll be right back after the commercials. There weren't any commercials. It was real quick, but thank you very much. Boy, that tells me I'm way behind. Okay, so 4:35. Oh, man, I am way behind. Okay, I'm going to start speeding up a little bit, guys. A lot of work with all the rehabs. Sean Strong, you were right. It would be if there was a commercial. All the above. You know what? And Sean knows that I went up to my sister's house. And it was nice. I mean, literally, I got to go up there, relax. She's got a house up on the Red River. And man, we just kind of just chilled, relaxed, had a good time, drank a little bourbon, gave away a little tequila, gave away some bourbon. So, man, I love getting up there. It's good. Roger says, service company with 2 trucks, started a few months ago, finally going to make a lot of money this year. Spend a little bit more. I'll tell you what, here's what I want to tell you, Roger. And a friend of mine taught me this, and it's been so true. When you're just at one truck, you make good money. If it's you and one more truck, you might still be able to make good money because if you can run that out of your house, you're not in the shop yet, you don't have a lot of overhead yet, it can be good. Once you get to 3, 4, and 5 trucks, you start losing money because normally that's when overhead comes in. There's a lot of other things, insurance. It's kind of hard to make money, but once you get up to 6, 7, and 8, you start making money again, and then you're making good money. James Setterloff says, recently became a pastor, hope to help others find their value and what they can be in life. Number one, congratulations to you, James. I love that. Man, we've all got to find our calling, whatever it is, and I think that's fantastic. Francis, you have to look at German plumbing. I'm a plumber in Germany, and the work we do over here is much more reliable than in America. Don't get this wrong. I'm not taking it wrong. I'll tell you what, Sean has put a link to our subreddit in there. I've actually, I think, got one pinned up at the top. If you'll go there and put in pictures and explain what they are, don't just zoom in on it. Give us a far enough picture out that we can see what it is. Look at the whole thing. I'd love to see what y'all do, what you do different, and why y'all think it's better than it is over here. And man, I would love that. And our subreddit is a great place to do it. One of the American Standard toilets claims to be able to flush a whole bucket of golf balls. Maybe a good idea for one of your informative videos. Yeah, we've started a series called WTF. Will this flush? We put it out right before Christmas, some Christmas ornaments, toys, stuff like that. So kind of pretty cool. Not sure. Is the IT the same in the Netherlands? Ron Lovell says, I'm learning more every day, especially now. Technology codes, standards changing all the time. Materials and tools getting more and more advanced. Have to stay on top of everything. That is for real. Never saw plumbing done in the Netherlands. I don't know. Amber says hello to Sean. Germany and Austria. Ron Lovell. Pound the water. That's what it's about. Netherlands, especially the West Coast, way different than Germany. You guys have lots of hills compared to us. We're kind of flat country. Not bot. Love it. Sean Strong. Send you a link to the LinkedIn. Testing the Discord. I send one to her, send one to Colton, send one to Dean. Don't send it to me. I can't figure that thing out. James McNeil, going rate for plumbing, $98 an hour. Wow. Robert says hello from the inventor needing help. Yep. Franz Lore, oh yeah, it's true. Thought you want to know how the plumbing on the Netherlands is done. Yeah, man, head over to the subreddit. Adrian Casino says, Roger, interested in careers of plumber or irrigation tech? Difference, which one is better? My thing is, and I don't mean it's bad, but irrigation tech, they just get in, slam it in, and do it. If I was to become an irrigation tech, I'd want to specialize in repairing systems. If not, if I just wanted to get in to get a good trade, I think plumbing, I would have a better end game, and I think I can make more money on the way. Kathy Fit, how we doing? I hope you're doing well. Jello Man Steve says, up in Connecticut State and federal work, $72 an hour. Do irrigation year round. Yeah, and that's a good thing to look at. Yeah, because if you're shut down for the winter months, that's going to kill you. Francis, I only use stainless steel for water pipes, copper for heating, and special soundproofing pipe for sewage. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I'll tell you what, man, give us some pictures over on the subreddit. That would be great. Kathy Fit says, how do I know if I'm getting a good plumber when it comes to transforming a half bath to a full bath? How much would estimate? Just an estimate. Imagine you probably need the square foot. Not really square foot. How many fixtures are you moving? How close is the other sewer line? Is it a complete remodel? Are you just building one? Are you moving anything around? I mean, there's a bunch of things to get into, and also where you're located, because that's going to depend on kind of the hourly rate or something. Hello? You just want to know if you're getting a good deal. I believe it. Adrian Cancino says, be year round. Then, man, like, you may try irrigation to start out. Irrigation is probably going to be easier to get in, but I think in the long run, I'd want to do plumbing because the professional license is going to help make it where I can make more money. Now in Texas, irrigators are licensed too. At least the one running the company is. All the rest of them I don't believe are, though. Joe Man Steve, in Connecticut, there is such a high demand for plumbers. No one can find new apprentices because no one wants to work in the trades. Okay, guys, I want you to think about that. That's why I keep saying over the next 5 years, plumbers are going to be making $100 an hour on the check. I think that's the first time I've knocked that over in here. Plumbers are going to be making over $100 an hour on the check. And that's why right there, most people are not wanting to get in the trades now. They want to go to college. They think that going to college is the only thing that's going to work for them because that's what mommy and daddy told them. And the truth is, it ain't the way. Russell King says, third generation plumber from California. Love the channel. Thank you very much. Francis, you have to look at German plumbing. I'm a plumber in Germany. The work we do over here. Okay, I already read that one. Mike Hadfield, hello. Good to see you in here. Doing open shop service apprenticeship. Should I stay with this company? Journeyman shows up late 99% of the time. Last week didn't show up until noon one day. I'd be looking for somebody else to work with. Do they pay you to sit there and wait on him or no? Adrian Cancino says, bias to plumbing, but suggested one day you enjoy more, be paid what you need. I can't tell you what that is, though. Oh, yes. Read that again. Sean says, I'm biased to plumbing, but suggest doing the one you enjoy the most. That way you can be paid what you need. Most of us in here would probably be biased to plumbing. But man, here's the deal at the end of the day. Do which one you love because you'll become better at it, I promise. Jay Edmonds says, I have my apprenticeship application with UA Local 98 in Detroit ready for your interview stage. Love the content. Roger J, thank you. I've actually met some of the instructors there in the past. I used to have to go up. We'd fly into Detroit, drive over to Ann Arbor, and go to school in Ypsilanti at Washtenaw. So I've spent some time up there. I love it. Robert Davenport, did you look at the family of Additrap family products? I did. I looked through them. I haven't had a chance to really get them out and play with them yet, but I did get to look at them. Thank you for sending those over. Doomstream, I'm wanting to look like a fool on things I don't know so that one day I can look like a pro. I take to saying to heart because we don't know everything, and that's okay. Look, we all, everybody in here that's a plumber knew nothing when we started. We all made mistakes. We all had to learn things. What I will tell you is never give up. Man, I'm reading a book right now, Think and Grow Rich, and it's talking about a guy who invested a lot of money in equipment because of a gold mine. He was following this vein, and finally he couldn't find gold anymore. Sold all his equipment for scrap for $100. Somebody else bought it, pennies on the dollar, bought the land, came in, had an engineer come in, do a report 3 feet from where the guy stopped. They found one of the biggest gold strikes and made millions and millions and millions of dollars. Man, don't give up. It's the worst thing you can do. Yep, I've got it. I need to get in there and try to play with it. MDK Jam says, started my apprenticeship in 2001, knowing zero about plumbing. Passed the journeyman in 2006, master's 2013. Guys, we all started at zero. So I love that. Thank you so much. Ron Lovell says, I like what you said, Roger. Tradespeople make the world go round, and anyone who thinks otherwise is ignorant. Thank you. And guys, look, I'm not saying ignorant, calling them a name. They just don't understand. And I think that's why, and I have kids send me messages all the time saying, look, I want to get into the trades, and my parents say that's stupid. Okay, they just don't know any better. I think getting in the trades is one of the smartest things people can do, and it's so much better for them than going to college, but that's my opinion. But I can show proof as to why the odds are in people's favor that go in the trades. Matter Bag says, I can deal with poop occasionally, but not every day. How often do plumbers usually deal with it? Not very often. Yeah. Sean Strong says, I'll go weeks without messing with drains, but other weeks it's an everyday thing. I would say, to be honest, once every 3 or 4 days on an average, because like Sean said, you may go weeks without it, and then you may go a whole week where you touch it every day. And I don't mean touch it like it gets on you, but I mean, you've got to run a sewer machine or something. Okay, learn how to do it where you don't get anything on you. You'll be fine. Andrew Ortiz says, my pipes are made of barrels. Is that okay? Well, it depends on if they leak or not. Kel L says, I want to send you pictures of a real old toilet inside. Don't know what to get. Wasn't flushing. The parts were like that when I moved in. Here's what I would tell you. Kel, there's a comment pinned up top. It's the link to the subreddit. That is a great place to go over and put stuff like that right there. What age is too late to get into the plumbing? Man, that's got to be up to you. I've seen apprentices start at 55 years old, so that's really up to you. Yeah, I wouldn't let anything deter me from doing what I want to do. There you go. Barrels are the best things to use for water tanks. Jake M, New Jersey, 200 to 400 an hour for labor. Yeah, that's about right. That's probably closer to the national average than the others. Julio Cisneros says, Roger, I want to get into plumbing. How do I get an apprenticeship? I'm in the Dallas area. Start applying at companies. It depends on if you want to do service, construction, residential, commercial. I've got a free mini course. Go through it and it'll ask you questions to help figure out what kind of plumber you want to be. Hunter Hayes, you do weekly training at your shop. Your guys curious as to why most plumbing companies aren't having educational meetings regarding new products. Love giving customer options. I like this because, Hunter, yes, we do training every week. We used to do training here every day for half an hour. When we went down and joined with Rescue Air, we did twice a week for 30, 45 minutes. Now what we're doing is every Thursday, I get the plumbers for an hour. And man, I love it. So we got time to visit, talk, teach them something, and talk to them about it. Cathafit, yes, they're great things to know. Andrew Ortiz, thank you very much. I try really hard. Open up a wall, adding a shower, something basic. South New Jersey. Well, you just saw somebody price a while ago. New Jersey plumbers, $200 to $400 an hour, depending on how many fixtures, how much you're really redoing and remodeling. I mean, that could be a 10, 20-hour job. With basement seeming to be inexistent in Texas and most states, how do you get jealous of us Midwesters? No, we don't. We tunnel under houses. We have fun. I don't need basements. I've learned to do it here, so this is what I'm used to. A basement would be so different for me. It'd be like, wait, you just walk down, it's right there. You just fix it. That's easy. Like there's benefits of both, I'm sure. So thank you. I appreciate that. And then I'm slowly catching up. Mendoza 48 fam says, my dad's a plumber. I love that. James Sender Setterloff says, I've known construction workers who knew more than people with PhD. Initials after a name don't impress me. Well, I do have initials, LEED AP. I'm a lead AP, but you're right. People with initials don't bother me either. How come you don't get 100,000 views like you used to? By the way, I've been sub for a while. You know, RoboSteel, I don't know. It's not just me. There's a lot of plumbing, not just plumbing really. There's a lot of YouTube channels out there that the views are going down and we're not sure why. But man, we just keep trying to do what we're doing. We keep trying to make the best videos. So I'll ask y'all right here, because you're here live right now. I got 50 people in here. Are we making good videos still? Do you like what you see? Would you like to see something different? Man, we're going to turn this into a quick Q&A. I got 20 minutes. What do y'all like? What is your favorite videos? What videos do you think we should make? Because yeah, I mean, look, where'd my deal go? I thought I highlighted that. Yeah. RoboSeal. I mean, tell me, what do y'all think? What should we do? And I'm trying to look at the live comments to see. So anyway, if y'all got any ideas, because it's not just me, and I watch the other plumbing channels, I see what they do, see how they're doing it. We're trying to make the best videos. We invest in new equipment almost every month to make things better. We do trainers. We've got different ideas, but man, if there's something you're like, man, Roger, you ought to make this video here, it would be crazy. People would love it. Love to see what it would be. So go back to here. Malik says, go to college, because what mom and dad says, very true. My parents did the same to me until I couldn't find a decent job after graduation. And man, I hate that. I feel for you. I really do. And, I mean, think about it. We do things for people. I wear black because people say, hey, you look good in black. I wear red because people say you look good in red. I do different things for different reasons. And it's really funny because right now I'm reading The Side Hustle Millionaire by Tony Watley. And if you hadn't read it, it starts out great. I'm loving it. But I mean, think about that. Sometimes we take jobs because of the advice we're given by our parents. And it's not that they studied to find out what might be best for us. It's just what they think at the time. And they're the person that we listen to at the time. So what I would say is, man, don't always listen to your parents or ask them, okay, why would this be the best thing for me? They don't always know. And I don't mean that bad, but man, I think more people should get into plumbing. It would be the best for so many people, but that's not what their parents want them to hear. Miner 69er says, hi, first time catching you live. The toilet in the bathroom of my mom's house isn't bolted down and rocks. Can I just put nuts on and tighten it? How tight, or does it need to be resealed? If it rocks, I would probably pull it and reseal it. You've probably broken the seal of the wax ring. And when you pull it, you can see, is the flange good where you can put new toilet bolts on? Or is there wood in it where you can bolt it down to the floor or set anchors? I mean, I would try to do it right with a flange, but I have seen people do a lot of different things. Oh, sorry. Meant to highlight that. James McNeil. We've been doing a lot of storage tank installs. Drought in California, wells are going dry. And I hate that. I mean, I love that you're getting installs out of it and tanks and stuff like that, but man, we got to start looking at water conservation, not just how do we help people hold on to water, how do we help people conserve water? And if we'll start looking at that as plumbers, I think it helps us out a lot. The meter dog leak detection system, one, for instance, I love it. I think that's huge. And I think the more people that have those, it's going to help. Oops. Aaron McDowell, trying to learn the trade in Canada. Good for you. Chromatronic. How can you find the house water shutoff valve if you can't find it? Hook up a line tracer. If it's a copper line, you can trace it down the metal. That's what we do. It works great. Probing rod, different ways. I love the tracer a lot better. It's more accurate. Probing rod, you can look forever, but the tracer will at least send you some places. And man, my screen just completely went black and it's coming back up. So I may have to walk around here and try to do something. Let me see what's going on. Oh, there we go. It just came back. Man, that was scary. It went completely black, y'all. I couldn't see a thing. Hope you're doing well. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. We are. I'm from Australia, longtime subscriber for years. Cam, thank you very much. And I guess it is Tuesday morning over there. Good to see you in here. I do a lot with Tiger Shark Tools over there. Love them. You spell your name Roger or Roger, Roger. Roger's a plumber. What is the grossest thing you ever did? Probably standing in a ditch of raw sewage. Cynthia Fit, you are more than welcome. I hope that helps you out. Taryn Cole, just want to say all your videos are awesome. Thank you for all you do. Thank you so much. Just pushing. I hope you mean keep pushing the button. Noah Venegas says, 20-year-old apprentice plumber, and was wondering what's the best advice you could give me going into plumbing. And this is an easy one for me, guys. So I want y'all to think about this. And this really isn't just advice if you're going into plumbing, but if you're already in it, always try to be the very best. If you're trying to be the very best, if you strive to be the best, man, you've got an opportunity to always have work, always get good job offers, always get good promotions, always try to be the very best. Thea Fitz says, loves the DIY. Thank you. Brex has just started studying for my plumbing contractor's exam here in Oklahoma. Been away for 7 years and look forward to it. Look, this is a great career. And that's what's neat about this. You can get out of this career. I'm going to surprise a lot of y'all. I've got out of this career 2 or 3 different times. I became a cosmetologist doing hair. No, I don't have any. I became a massage therapist. I was a bodyguard, a bouncer, a bartender. I've done so many different things. And a lot of it's great because I could keep doing it while I did this trade so I could make extra money. I've always been a workaholic, so I love that. So anyway, the cool thing is that you can always come back to it. Just subscribe because you love the quality of my videos. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thea Fit says easy stuff, obviously things that don't require a lot of skills. Well, and you know what? And I love this because I try to show people, even if it does require skill, there's an easy way to do it and it can be done. Daniel says, I'm not plumbing, don't intend to go into plumbing, but yeah, your videos are fun, educational, and informative. That's why I watch your content. Well, thank you very much. No sound. I hope the sound came back. Video suggestion. Fly other tradesmen out to Texas, take them out for barbecue and interview them. And now, that is a good idea, Sean. I like that. Like your how-to vids and the why things work a certain way. Good. Did request a video or half bath to full bath. But I don't know if that's something someone would like. If I had the opportunity, if I was doing something like that, I think that'd be fantastic. Terry Cole said, think it's just the algorithm and people aren't in lockdown doing DIY projects at home. Keep pushing forward. I'm not giving up. I'll tell you all that. All Football Short says, what's the biggest mistake you made in your plumbing business? Man, so many. Getting started without understanding a lot of things that I should have known. Accounting, bookkeeping, taxes, just a million different things, and how to grow a company. You get in and you make money and you just think, okay, we keep making money, it'll keep growing, but it always doesn't. So, and the bad thing is when we get in the trades, some of us think, hey, I want to work for myself one day. But at the end of the day, we don't know what we don't know, and it can be scary. You do videos on venting and drain sloping. That's the good stuff. Hunter Hayes says, Roger, do you believe in paying window time for your plumbers or commission off service hour? And do you ever plan to host a convention, continuing education? If so, I'd love to come. It's really funny. Hunter, yes, I've been hourly, but now we're going to hourly commission. So we're working on some ways. That's what I love about this rescue air company that we joined up with. They're literally about, how do you motivate employees? How do you help them have the opportunity to make more money? So I like that. I've got a meeting on January 7th about digital courses that I'm working on. We put the first one out. It's GITT, Getting into the Trades. What we're putting together is a series, Get Clear, Rise, and Grow. And it's getting into the trades. Get clear about becoming the best tradesman, the best person you can be. Rise up and start your own company. Grow, learn to use social media, learn to use different styles of marketing to grow your business. So yeah, we're working on all those. And yes, Hunter, we are wanting to do a conference. It's funny, I came in today and actually reached out to some other tradespeople that I think are really good people that I love doing stuff with. And my plan is get them involved with it too. But yes, we're working on a conference. We're working on everything. So I love that. Thank you. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm gonna watch this. Boom. Yes. All right. So that won't come down for a little while. Back over here. Daniel says, hello, plumber brothers. Cheers from Sweden. Good to see you in here. James again says, honestly, like to see the tool reviews. Messed up jobs and everyone's tricks for measurement. Like seeing the video with the Charlotte pipe measurements and how to do the math for offsets. All right. You know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to take a picture of that because that's got some good ones in it too. Perfect. All Football Shorts, what age did you start and when did you really make it big? I started plumbing at the age of about 16. I didn't really start growing and getting better till I got in the union, and I didn't do that until 97. So 34 years old is when I really got in it. Guys, once I learned that there was more to learn, once I learned that I could control my destiny by learning more, doing more, and being better, that's when I really started growing. And guys, look, it's not a lot to learn. You learn leadership, you learn management, you learn construction management. When you do things like that, you can set yourself apart from every other tradesman out there, and it's a big deal. Cameron says suggested videos could do a series helping out guys preparing for their registration and certification exams. I like that too. And the thing that I'll tell you is that the neat thing about it is that it's different all across the country. So, that could be pretty cool. Drew, how are you? Good to see you in here. You toy, give me bouncer vibes. Uh, when I was a bouncer, I gave everybody vibes. I walked through I literally, man, I loved being a bouncer. I was good at it. Oops. Been needing a good slab leak detector to put on your service truck. Got any recommendations? James, are you talking water or sewer? I'll tell you what, I've got 2 water slab leak detectors. Leaktronics is amazing. Leak Pro is good. I also use Subsurface. I also use geophones. But I'll tell you what, I've invented my own. I've got the guy who founded Meter Dog and built it working on it for me. I've just, man, there's a lot of things that leak detection equipment needs, and I couldn't get people to do stuff like that, or at least do it the way that I wanted it done. So I have literally designed my own, and he's helping me do it. And residential or commercial, man, that's got to be up to you. Kafit Fit says, all right, Roger, it was great seeing you. Got to go now. Stay awesome. Thank you very much. Brex says, do you recommend any contractor test prep course? We don't have a contractor exam here in Texas. It's a master of plumbers exam, and I get everything I need out of the UPC study guide. So Daniel says, FYI, 2 major achievements propelled the civilization forward: brewing and plumbing. Legit. Beer, non-contaminated drinks, and plumbing for hygienic reasons. And if you ask most doctors, they'll tell you plumbers. I didn't see your question, Sean. If you'll post them again, I'm looking at the live over here, and I'm down towards the bottom, so I'm not too far ahead of you, or I'm not too far behind. And I got about 6 more minutes. If you'll post them again, I promise I didn't see them. What sources do you suggest to study for the plumbing pre-apprentice aptitude test? Man, that's a tough one, but I've got videos on my YouTube channel. That person interviewing you is looking for something. He's looking for someone to fill a position. He's looking for a job to fill. He's looking for somebody he can hire that's going to come in and make his company look better. Are you going to be able to fill that role? Which money do you really need to start? Rough lyrics. And I started with nothing in the bank, really. So you can learn to figure it out and bootstrap it and go. What size bleeder valve? Trying to bleed the air from the radiators in this old apartment. Living bought a 4-way key with all sizes are. If anybody knows how to size bleeder valves, that's fine. I didn't know that there was. I guess there is a size on them. We used to use them in high point vents on chill water lines, but I'm not sure. Too big. Is Red Seal recognized in the U.S.? It's recognized enough you can get a plumbing license down here. Now I see what happened. How do you upsell your name? I spell my name Roger, but I thought I answered that earlier. You are welcome. I know that'll mess you up. I like the honesty in your videos. Brothers, look, they ain't no point in lying. So I do try to be honest in the videos that I make and explain things to people. Besides that, Sean Strong would throw me under the bus if I lied to anybody or if I tried to BS them. He'd be like, "That ain't right." So I like the accountability. And look, I say that with the utmost respect. Sean, there's Steve Arloa. There's other plumbers that will jump in here, and man, I'm telling you, literally, if I do something wrong, they will let me know. They may not just throw it out right here on the live stream, but they're going to send me a message and say, "Dude, what's up?" K Jam says, "Do prep courses in Houston before taking your master's. The math and sizing were the most key to learn." And I got to tell you, I've gone to Bobby Duran's courses for fire protection. No, I didn't do fire protection with him. I don't remember. I guess I did the RMP course with him. I've gone through some of these courses. I like some of them. And we do continuing ed down here in Texas all the time. So there's always some kind of course. I have not done one for a contractor's license. Yeah, see, man, we're gonna have to have y'all throw down. Hammerjack says the key I bought has 4 sizes. They're all too big. Is it getting cold where I'm at? Need to bleed the radiators badly. Well, that's a tough one. Hunter Hayes says, "Hey Roger, looked at your business online many times so that you specialize in slab leaks. Were you mentored by a specialist or did you see the opportunity and invest in it?" I'll tell you what, I saw the opportunity, invested in the education. I knew it was something I wanted to learn. I didn't want to sub it out to other people. And it's because I didn't trust a lot of the people that it was getting subbed out to. A lot of them would try to steal your work, and I just thought, I'm not doing it. Yes, y'all do. Blake says, question. There we go. Starting a YouTube channel along with having your private company, the best business move you've made? Absolutely. Do you have to wear masks in Texas? No. MDK James took Bobby's RMP course as well. Yeah, he's a good teacher. He does a lot of good stuff. And his God said, hello from LA. I love that. Hammerjack says, any of you fellows in here know the best way I can find the right size key? Man, I don't. We don't use a lot of high point vents here like that, or bleeders. Man. I'll tell you what I do. I take a picture of it and put it over on the subreddit. I don't think it's still up there. No, it's not. I got to take that one down. So Sean, if you're still in here, matter of fact, I can do it right here. Here's what I would do. I would go over here to the subreddit, take some pictures, put it in there. We get, number one, Sean helps run the subreddit over there. There's a lot of people that jump in and out over there that know a lot of good stuff. So I'd go over there and try that. All right, guys, we got a cool video coming up here in a little bit. Man, if I'm not mistaken, I'm really excited about the one today. I want to go in here and look and just make daggum sure. If I'm not mistaken, the one that we've got going on today is we have, yeah. So the 87th legislature was passed earlier this year. And I talked about it a little bit earlier. You can literally go to high school now, get out in 3 years. Let me correct that. You go to high school, your 10th, 11th, and 12th grade year, if you take the right curriculum and your school district has it all set up where they're teaching plumbing and they've got to work with a plumber, and there's a lot of good things about it. But what I'll tell you is the opportunity you have here in Texas, you go to high school and you can get out as a tradesman plumber. That's about 50 to 60 grand a year starting out. So we made a video about it. That's going to be the one coming up here at 5:45. I'm going to scroll down here. Yes, we do have a lot of freedom in Texas. It's nice. You need to study anything before becoming an apprentice plumber. Just know that, man, you need to try to be the very best person you can be. More than welcome. 6 month apprentices should be making about $17 an hour. It is going great. Blake Drury, good to see you in here. Or Hayes, thank you for your time and answers. Absolutely. Ron says, Roger, which are you? PEX, Sweat, Pro Press, or Shark Bite fitting guy? Number one, you don't watch me very much because I don't do Shark Bite. I prefer solder, but I also think that Pro Press is amazing. I don't like just PEX because it reduces the size of the fitting. Yeah, thanks a lot, Sean. Yeah, guys, I don't do Shark Bite. So anyway, guys, thank y'all very much for being here. I am getting ready to jump and run in 15 minutes. Check out the video. It's pretty cool. I think the people in Texas are doing great things. I want to give a shout out to the TEA, the Texas State Board of Plumbing Examiners, both Lisa Hill and Frank Denton, and a big shout out to Matt Schaefer, the representative from Smith County. Thank you for everything you've done. I'm Roger Wakefield, Lead AP, the expert plumber. If you hadn't done it yet, hit subscribe, ring the bell, like the video. That's what's going on. I'm Roger Wakefield, Lead AP, the expert plumber. I'll see you in the next video if you don't get flushed.